welcome back to Bakers Bantering. To my left, to your left. Jenna Nicole Baker, leader of Baker Banter.
Okay.
You're rocking for that. And we got Miss Valerie and Baker. What's up, girl?
Hi. Somebody's got a lot of energy.
That CPAP must be working.
You know
I don't think that's hip-hop.
Oh, well, you know where else you had a lot of energy?
What?
At that Hairspray show on Friday night.
That was super fun.
Amen. And we got Mr. Ellis. Hello, cool.
Oh, the whole thing this time. Thank you.
You're looking for that? It's just letting you know we are getting a new podcaster next week.
Producer.
New producer. Yeah, next week will be Ellis Hella Cool's last week with us, but we hope to have him back on as a guest.
Absolutely.
I will definitely be around.
We miss you so much. This is the last time, man. Let's hear it from Mr. Ellis Hella Cool.
Thank you, guys.
I hope the new guy can be as hella cool as you.
Oh, it's going to be tough, but you know.
I know.
This can be fun for him. So
Yeah.
shout out to my boy, Jack.
Okay.
Yes, we've got a new guy coming on. Okay, so we did go to Hairspray last week. It was a lot of fun. But before we got there, I got to tell you what happened, Ellis. It was really funny.
Oh.
So we're in the car, and we are driving to Hairspray. And when we left dinner, we were not that far away, but it said it was going to take us 30 minutes to get there. We're like, oh, shit. Like, we don't have that much time. We had, like, right about 30 minutes. Well, we probably had more like 40, but still, you know, you want time to get in, get seated, whatever. Well, we get to about 2-3 blocks away from it was at Stiefel. And Mom gets so excited and she's like, oh my God, we're so early. This is great. And she's like so excited. And I'm like, the show started at
what Mom is right now.
The show started at 7:30. Mom's getting so excited, and I look at my phone, and Katie looks at her phone, and Katie and I are both like, it's 7:15. I don't know what you're talking about. We're so early. And Mom looks at her car clock. It said 6:58.
Oh.
It just like stopped.
That's
Super weird. Don't
I'm
you
like,
think?
we already have bad time management. We can't be having a
I don't
car.
need
I would
help.
say, I feel like most people set their car clocks a little early or a little
Forward.
ahead of time. Yeah.
Yeah. It just
bad.
like stopped.
That is weird.
Yep.
It was super weird.
We had like 4 more minutes until we got there. By the time we parked the car, it still said 6:58.
Oh,
like
that's
it
a
was
problem.
just some sort of glitch. Is it back to normal?
Yeah, when we got back in the car after it was over, the time was correct.
Yeah, it was so strange.
It was very weird.
And then we're like walking
Strange.
away, and Katie and I, of course, are laughing at Mom for this incident. And like, we're like, oh, Mom, you're so funny.
Do
and
not
we're
out my mom.
I am gonna out her. And
Don't
then
you dare.
we're walking away, and Mom's already halfway down the parking garage, and I'm like, Mom, you left your car door open.
Oh.
And she's just like, sorry. But we made it inside. We made it well before the show started. They were very
sorry,
strict,
Mom.
though. When we were going in, they're like, it starts right at 7:30. Get to your seats. It started at 7:35.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. But the cool part was it was a great show. We had so much fun. Thank goodness we were in the last row of our section.
Oh, that
because
helps.
Derek was going crazy
He
with
danced.
the arms and
Oh.
the
I
dancing.
did. That was Stacy.
Was Zac Efron
and
in
Mama
it?
Lulu 16. What?
he missed Friday night SmackDown for this, so you know
That's
I did
nuts.
not miss
that he
Friday Night
likes
SmackDown.
Hairspray.
You
Hell
missed
yeah.
watching it live like
Live.
you normally do.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that is true.
That is true.
Yeah. But then the cool part was as we're sitting there, Mom overheard somebody, and the girl who played Tracy Turnblad, which is the main character, we found out she's from St. Louis.
Oh, that was a nice
And-
homecoming
Went to
for her.
Viz.
Oh.
Yeah, she went to this. So we're leaving, and I'm taking a picture of Derek outside of Stiefel, trying to post something on Instagram about how we, loved the show, whatever. And
This family walks out.
yeah, this
Mom
family
and
walks
2
out.
daughters.
2 moms, 2 daughters, and they start screaming. That's Baker Banter! Okay, no screaming in the mic. He's
That
like,
is like what it sound like.
I know,
You're gonna
but
miss that, aren't you?
Oh,
like
I mean,
Screaming in
yeah.
the mic.
yeah, they're like, oh my God, it's Baker Banter. And then the mom's like hitting the other mom. And she's like, look, it's Derek. And they're like so excited. And so, of course, Derek is also so excited because they're seeing him. And he just watched this show where we had so much fun. And then he's showing them his moves like Link and his hairspray, jive, whatever. And they are like, oh, well, do you want to meet Tracy? She's our friend. We're about to go say hi to her.
Like the girl?
Yeah.
The girl who played
Tracy.
Her
name is Caroline.
Oh.
Her name is Caroline. So then next thing you know, we're like standing out behind Stiefel, like where all the trucks unload and stuff. And Derek got to meet Tracy and Link.
Yep.
It was amazing. I have a blast.
You are so
during
lucky.
that play.
Musical.
It was incredible. I saw the movie of it. Winning that play was amazing. My goodness, it was a blast.
It was a blast. And then while we were standing there saying hello, Derek had just met Tracy. Her name was Caroline. Her sister comes running up to him and she's like, oh my gosh, I love your TikToks. I'm Caroline's sister. And she was so excited and she just couldn't wait to meet you. And yeah, so I sent the main character a message and I said, let us know when you're in St. Louis next. We'd love to have you on the podcast.
Oh yeah.
And I also told her that in person. So she hasn't responded yet, but hopefully she'll check her DM sometime and hit us up whenever she's back in St. Louis. It was awesome.
Super talented young lady.
Oh, I bet.
She's only 23 years old. Went
Quite
to
a
Belmont.
voice.
Oh, nice.
Quite a voice.
Big Tennessee.
Yeah.
In Nashville, yeah.
So
Nice.
then Saturday.
Can I share my one connection to Hairspray?
Oh, yeah.
It's the only movie I've ever been kicked out of.
Oh, my God.
So all I know
Of the
from
theater?
Yeah. So all I know from that movie is Good Morning Baltimore.
Oh, well, that's a great song.
it's stuck in my head.
You got kicked out right at the beginning?
No, I can't remember exactly when we got kicked out, but that's the only thing I remember. Zac Efron and Good Morning Baltimore.
Oh,
That's
my
it.
God.
Zac Efron was in
You
it,
don't know
right?
why you got
Yes.
kicked out?
We were
He was rowdy, I'm sure.
Yeah, I can't exactly remember. I feel like Sam and Allison might have been there. I mean, it was like our normal group. I know your ex was probably with me.
Oh, my God.
So, it was a fun
He had to
group.
out you one time before
Yeah,
he
one
left.
last time. That's okay. I can take it. So yeah, then Saturday we did move everything out of Mimi's house, and today we actually closed on Mimi's house. How are you doing?
Okay. It's been
Yeah.
very emotional. I'm
Mhm.
glad it's over, but yeah, it's just a lot.
It is a lot. As soon as we pulled
Been a
up
lot.
Saturday morning, Chris and I just instantly started crying. It just
Yeah.
like I couldn't even control it.
Yeah. When I left yesterday, Dad and I had to go pick up the last couple things at the house, and we hopped in the truck and waterworks. I just couldn't hold it in any longer. So
Yeah.
I've been okay today, but now that you brought it up, maybe I'll do it again. I don't know.
Well, that's okay. Well, we're gonna drink margaritas tonight.
Tequila always, what do they say? Tequila may not fix your problems, but it's worth the shot.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
It's the only alcohol that's not a depressant, I think. So that helps
that's
too.
true. It
Speaking
is
of
an
that,
upper.
Today
Yeah.
you did sell the house today. How you feel about that?
Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot, but we got through it, and I just want to, move on.
Yeah. Well, on a lighter note, on Saturday, later in the day, I pull up to the grocery store and I go to get out of my car and boom, off pops my door handle.
Yeah.
Just
Oh,
nothing.
yeah.
Like I just,
Do you want to trade for my gas tank thing?
well,
Oh my
I
God.
don't know which is more inconvenient, truthfully,
Probably the
because
door handle.
I cannot open my door from the inside. Okay.
That's from the inside?
From the inside. I
That's-
went to
alright.
get out of the car and the inside handle just fell right off in my hand. And I immediately called my dad. And no offense to my fiance, but I called my dad first.
That's
And
fair.
I said, I'm stuck. And he's like, what do you mean you're stuck? I'm like, I'm stuck in my car. And I show him the door handle. I'm like, my door handle fell off. I can't get out of the car. He's like, well, I guess you're going to have to crawl over. And I'm like, well, I was hoping you had a better idea.
Wait, it fell off on the inside?
On the inside.
Oh, that's nuts.
Yeah, like it's just like the little lever. Like it's just a little lever.
You guys
And it
both
just,
need
like-
to contact Ford, it sounds like.
Yeah, it just fell right off in my hand. I'm like, what the heck? She says later in the night, she's like, I'm sorry that happened to you, but I am glad that it happened to you and not my sweet little mother.
Oh, could you
Oh,
imagine?
yeah.
And
That'd
I'm
be
like,
awful.
yeah, well, I'm also glad that it happened to me and not your sweet little mother, but I don't want to pay to fix it
No,
right now.
absolutely
No.
not.
So no, what I have to currently do is Well, because I'm on the phone with Dad, and I'm like, well, I'm hoping you had a better idea than crawling across.
Yeah.
And he's like, well, roll down the window and open it from the outside. So that is how I get out of my car.
Better
God,
idea.
Eric is just
way
smart.
better idea.
I see why you married him, you know.
Yeah. So now, in order to get out of the car, while it's still running, I have to unlock it, roll down the window, open it from the outside, roll up the window, and then I can turn it off and get out.
Heck yeah.
So it's a little bit of a process, but at least I don't have to crawl over the car every time I have to get out, because that would be very annoying. So we'll see how long it lasts.
I bet
this
it's
way.
snoring.
It's going to last this way for a little while. But
Gotta check that warranty. Hopefully it's under that.
Oh,
Yeah,
hell
no,
no. It's a
no.
2013.
no,
Oh,
there's
never
no
mind.
warranty. There's no
Yeah,
warranty.
powertrain's expired on that one.
So moving on to Sunday, what happened on Sunday, Derek?
Nothing.
Oh, something happened.
Wrong.
What happened on Sunday, Derek?
We get a Super Bowl.
Chiefs.
Red Kingdom.
Brum, brum. Red
Kingdom.
What a game.
What a
Oh my
freaking
gosh.
game. That was
was
stressful.
It was so stressful. It was, that first half was awful to watch.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay,
was-
before the game
it was
started,
awful.
I got to tell you something. So I've been telling you guys about Kristen Juszczyk.
Yeah.
So she actually got a licensing deal with the NFL.
I love
Hell
that.
yeah. Good
Congratulations.
job, Kristen. Sorry.
Yeah. She made a vest, a Super Bowl 58 special vest. It had, San Francisco 49ers versus Kansas City Chiefs, all the Super Bowl 48 logos and all the things. Very cool vest. She put it on sale. It was actually auctioned, and apparently she lost her mom to breast cancer.
Oh, man.
So all of the proceeds of this vest were going to go to breast cancer.
Hell yeah.
It sold for $75,000.
Amazing.
That's incredible.
Breast cancer
That's
research.
incredible.
I'm not 100% certain which organization it went to, but a breast cancer support organization of some sort. Our boy Rey Mysterio and Aaliyah, they were at the game.
Yeah, speaking of that, there's a lot of stars at the game.
There
were.
So
were.
many stars.
There was a lot of WWE stars and a lot of just celebrities in general.
Yeah. The first one was the two greatest leaders of cooking shows were there. Do you remember that?
Who? Gordon Ramsay
Yeah, Gordon Ramsay was
and
there.
Martha Stewart.
And Stewart. And the characters from
Culinary
Cobra Kai
queen.
was there.
Ooh.
Miguel Diaz,
Love it. Justin Bieber and Hailey Bieber.
Justin Bieber, and Haley as well.
Of course,
Jay-Z
we
and
all
Beyonce.
knew Jay-Z and Beyonce were sitting with Mark Zuckerberg.
Oh, that's nice.
Casual.
Didn't think he liked sports.
I think it was Mark Zuckerberg. It was one of the tech moguls.
Gotcha.
Moguls.
And
Lady Gaga. I saw
Of
her.
course,
Lady
our girl
Gaga.
T Swift
With
Oh, wow.
Ice Spice, that was wild.
with Ice Spice,
and Blake looking great.
Blake Lively, Lana Del Rey.
Taylor Swift.
Gwen Stefani and Blake Shelton were there too.
Mhm.
And especially when my favorite pop artist and my favorite country artist, Miss Gwen Stefani and Blake Shelton.
Yeah.
And let's not forget at WWE Superstars, we got Rey Mysterio and her daughter Aaliyah.
His.
Yeah.
His daughter, Leah Mysterio. Bayley, Mercedes Moné, Naomi, Jimmy Uso, Jey Uso.
Was Jay there? I didn't see Jay. I saw Jimmy and Naomi, though.
Stars were out.
I did repost a picture of Naomi and Jimmy Uso to the Baker Banter story. I said, we are glad your team didn't win, but this is incredible. And Naomi had her hair, and in her hair was the 49ers logo.
Super
And
cool.
Jimmy
Bro,
had a
that's
little
sick.
brush pretending to brush it. Very cool. It was
No.
a star-studded event, that's for darn sure.
Mm-hmm.
And most of all, the stars from SpongeBob. SpongeBob SquarePants and Patrick.
Did you watch the Nickelodeon broadcast?
I wanted to, man.
I did not.
Oh, see, when the Super Bowl party I was at, the boys ended up going downstairs because there was two televisions next to each other downstairs.
Mhm.
So they had the regular broadcast on one and the
SpongeBob.
Nickelodeon broadcast on the other, and they had the regular broadcast muted, and they were listening to SpongeBob and
Heck
Patrick.
yeah.
I love that. I didn't even know they were doing that.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
that was funny. Chris really, really liked that. He was cracking up about it. So how about that halftime show?
Nuts.
Oh my God, that halftime show was fire.
Can we talk about the rollerblades?
Dude, yeah, that was nuts. He
That-
looked like a
We got-
bedazzled Power Ranger out there. It was
That's
amazing.
pretty accurate.
We got Usher. We got Miss
Alicia Keys.
Alicia Keys.
Oh,
That
man.
red piano.
She was, yeah.
That piano was crazy.
That
Yeah,
piano
it
was
was.
beautiful. I've never seen anything like it.
Who out?
We got Ludacris.
Lil Jon.
Ludacris.
Lil Jon. Okay, let me tell you
Lil
something.
Jon.
And then her, which I didn't know, Her, her. She was the one shredding the guitar. And
Yeah,
then also,
yeah. Will I Am.
Yeah, and Jermaine Dupri, who looked
Okay,
like
let me tell you something about Lil Jon.
yeah.
Okay, I was talking to Katie yesterday, and we were talking about the Super Bowl, and Katie told me that one of her students asked, "Who's Lil Jon?"
Oh, yeah, that
What?
makes sense.
Doesn't that make you feel so old?
Yeah.
Na, 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 na. I have no idea who the hell
I
Little
feel like
John
they
is.
You
would
don't know who Lil
because
Jon
of
is?
Turned Down for What, though? I mean, he's got the big song with Steve Aoki, and that's what he played out there
That's
Turned
first.
out
But
the what?
That's a big song. Lil
Yeah.
Jon is a former
what?
host of Bachelor in Paradise.
Oh, I mean, I didn't know that.
Okay.
There was one season. It was like the season between Chris Harrison and before they had Jesse Palmer.
Oh, I remember.
and
he
then
was
they
there
they
for a
did
hot second.
rotating.
Mm.
David Spade was one of them. too.
David Spade was the host. They did rotating celebrity hosts, and Lil Jon hosted one of the weeks of Bachelor in Paradise, and it was hilarious.
I didn't
Snappy
really remember that.
fingers.
But yeah, it was a heck of a game. Very
It was.
much nail biter. I mean,
Man.
but honestly, like, of course, I was excited because it was our team involved. But like, all you really want out of the Super Bowl is a good game.
It was
And
a
that
great
was a
game.
good game.
That
We
was a
were
great
talking
game.
about, like, in our lifetime, there's been 3 stinkers, and 2 of them were when we were children. And the most recent one was, like, I was a freshman in college, so I didn't even care as much. But every year it's good.
Oh,
It's just
yeah.
great.
I don't
They're
know.
getting
I
good
thought,
at those scripts, you know?
Oh my god!
I thought the worst Super Bowl in recent history, and my family up in New Hampshire is probably not going to like me to say this, but was the Rams versus the
Oh, it's
Patriots.
awful.
Because I didn't want either one of them to win.
Yeah, I wanted immediate.
I love my family, but I still hold a grudge about 2001 when
Mm-hmm.
the Patriots beat the Rams, and now I hate the Rams. So
Oh,
maybe I
I-
should let that go. I don't
Dude,
know.
I had like an extra sad story about that because I was very badly allergic to dogs as a child, and whoever was hosting our friend group's party that year had dogs, so I didn't go. It was me, my dad, and my grandpa just sitting alone in our basement watching the game, and they lost on that heartbreaking fashion, and I'm just there sad. No, no food, no party. Rams lose. Just
At least they
nah.
didn't leave you home alone.
I know that would have been bad. I was also like 5 or 6, so that would have been really bad.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so then of course, luckily our Chiefs did win. There was so much amazing content from after the game. All of the content of Taylor and Travis I just couldn't get enough of it yesterday. I literally just went on TikTok and I was like, Taylor Swift, Travis, Super Bowl after party, and watched videos for so long. I had to see every single angle. It was just amazing. Can we talk
So
about?
you were super productive yesterday.
Yeah, I was. I was doing podcast research.
Okay.
Yeah. There was this one edit that was like Travis Kelce last year at the Super Bowl standing on a bar top or some sort of platform at a club, dancing to Love Story
Oh.
by himself. And
Aw.
then it's fast forward to this year, the two of them dancing to Love Story at the club together.
Aw.
A cute little kiss at the end. Amazing.
Oh,
While Taylor and Travis were dancing at the club, you know what Jason was doing?
what?
Shotgun
Dancing at
beers,
the club.
probably. Yeah.
With a Lucha Libre mask on.
Oh my God.
He looked like he was having a ball. That was amazing. Also,
Oh, maybe he's considering this whole WWE move.
yeah, maybe he saw our video.
I think you did.
I think that's a
Did,
sign.
Really race backs?
They're also saying that Taylor Swift acknowledges our tribal chief.
Oh.
Yep.
Was it We the Ones?
We the one.
She's got her one up.
I think that means we're number 1 Kansas City Chiefs, if I'm
Oh,
being
is
honest.
that what that means?
But
I don't know.
anyway.
Well, you know. I heard after the game on Sunday night, Derek, Katie said something along the lines of back to back, baby. And what'd you say?
And I said back to back. And she was like, Cody Rhodes, win the Royal Rumble back to back.
Back to back, just like Cody Rhodes.
He won the Royal Rumble last year too.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Oh wow,
2 years in a
that's
row.
nuts.
He's the first person since Steve Austin to do it 26 years ago.
Yeah,
Wow.
Yeah, back to back, just like Cody Rhodes. Love that. So then yesterday, I tried to get scammed for Taylor Swift tickets.
Yeah, what the hell?
Oh yeah,
Oh,
I
my
saw your
God.
TikTok.
What
You
was
did say my name during that
I thought
video.
I was gonna get
you
to surprise
finally
you.
get a ticket, and you're gonna surprise me. And yesterday I was laughing at you.
Well, thank goodness. I literally said a prayer. I got down on my knees and said a prayer and thanked God for not letting me follow through with that. But luckily I did. I got to the point where I was like ready to send money, mom's money, not even my money, to this person, and things got a little weird and the names weren't matching up, and so that's when I called Dana, because it was Dana's friend who had posted this, and Dana vouched for her, but turns out it wasn't her. And luckily for her, I actually have contacts at Facebook. And she was like so upset, and she's like, I'm so sorry. That's fake. I've been trying to get it taken down for months. And luckily I almost got duped by it. And I have contacts at Facebook, and I immediately sent a nice little email over to my team at Facebook and said, well,
Damn.
it's not team at Facebook, but my team who has contact with Facebook. And I said, hey, can we get this to Facebook? Because apparently she's been getting tried to get her account taken down for like 6 months. They've done scams about multiple different tickets. They've done scams about puppies. They've done scams about other animals,
Okay,
all
that
on
is
her
just
account.
Cruel.
I know, all on her account, and she can't get rid of it, and that's been really frustrating for
Karma
her.
will come around to those people.
That's just
Well,
cruel. You cannot do that.
I'm hoping that I can help her in some capacity and get a hold of Facebook to get it taken down, because it sounds like they've tried multiple times to get it taken down without any luck. Moving on from Super Bowl conversation, Dad was on the Driftwood Outdoors podcast today.
He was. I listened to the whole thing. It was pretty funny.
Did you listen to the whole thing? I haven't quite gotten done with it, but a couple highlights from the beginning. One, so Dad went to the river with Shags. You know, we met Shags. He's the host of the Driftwood Outdoors podcast. So Dad and his buddy Dave,
Interview with them before.
Yeah, they went fishing, and they were in a raft, and long story short, they tell it better if you listen on the podcast. Shags
miscalculated,
presents himself as an expert of the river, but if I would have to say, I would say that my dad's probably a bigger expert.
Yeah.
But Dad did say they came up on a big log. And Shags is like, I've done this a bunch of times. If we navigate it like this, we won't have a problem. And Dad did question him. And he's like, I don't know. We could just get out and walk it. So it's not like there's no big deal to getting out and walking it. And Shags was like, assured him it's going to be fine. I've done this a bunch of times. And in a matter of minutes, Dad got thrown in.
Oh, Eric.
in February.
Oh, that's cold.
Eric Baker, what happened?
That's good, dude.
It was a pretty day in
What
February, though.
At least that helps, but
Yeah.
not too much.
So he was on that podcast today. So go check out the Driftwood Outdoors podcast. Look for their episode that says Eric Baker on it,
Shout out.
take that.
I
Take a
will.
listen to that.
I will take a listen to that.
I'm about halfway through, Derek. But the other highlight I have, other than this story that they recounted, was that Shags actually started asking Dad about being a parent to somebody with Down syndrome and what that was like when
That's pretty cool.
it was pretty cool when you were a baby and when you were growing up and all that sort of thing. And what Dad said, and I quote, Derek was the easiest kid we had when they were younger. He never got into any trouble like the girls. Jenna.
Oh my God.
I laughed multiple times during this.
Oh, I
podcast.
bet.
Exact quote. Wrote it
Yeah.
down.
And then there was another moment where he completely butchered a story, and he said, I know I just got all that wrong, Val.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, you did.
Well, he also said that the Selena Gomez thing happened when I was in high school,
And
but
it was
did
college.
happen when I was in college, but it's okay.
it's all
He
right.
did his best. But yeah, I'm about halfway through. So was there anything else notable from the end that you
No,
feel
it
like
was
sharing?
I just thought it was super fun, and No, I just really enjoyed listening to it.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. And I just love this for Dad. Dad's listened to their podcast for a long time, and they do fish and frequent the river that Dad's grown up on. He actually did say during the story about the falling into the river that in his 60 years of going to the river, he has never been in the water when he didn't plan to be in the water.
Oh.
Until now.
Until now.
All right, the do factor came and got you, Eric.
Yeah, so there's that.
Wow.
It was great fun, though. It was a good listen. I sent it to all the family and my cousin Rob.
Yeah. All right. With that, we have a very special guest on the podcast today.
That's right.
Our
Special guest.
very good friend, WWE Jared.
Yay, Jared!
Woo-woo-woo-woo.
He is coming up next.
WWE Jared is up next.
Boom.
All right, guys. Welcome back to Bakers Bantering. We got a special guest right here from WWE, our best good friends in the wrestling community. He is a power tennis guy. Give it up for Mr. Jared.
Woo.
Thank you.
He makes all the big booms, right?
He does. Like, every time. Jared, before we have to your job, I mean, your job is incredible. Like Money in the Bank, Monday Night Raw, Friday Night SmackDown, especially WrestleMania for sure. The first question is, do you ever do any pyro for NXT superstars?
NXT, I've noticed, doesn't really have much pyro. We do go to some of the PLEs, like the pay-per-views they do, and they have a lot of like the CO2, like low fog and all of that, like we use for Judgment Day and all of them. Braun Breaker gets a lot of like CO2. I know we did the little helicopter landing thing for I forgot her name. You have to remind me.
Is it Kiana James?
I think so.
Kiana James.
With the helicopter, and so we don't have pyro necessarily for NXT just yet, but I see it probably heading there.
So how long have you been working for WWE?
I've been on this tour since Dallas WrestleMania, so about 2 years.
You've been working with WWE as long as we have. Because well, technically we did go to Royal Rumble, but the first time we ever traveled for WWE stuff was to that Dallas show for WrestleMania. So did you like go to college to do this, or like, well, okay, before we jump too far into it, first explain what your role in WWE is so that our listeners know what it is that you actually do behind the scenes.
So me and my team, we do the special effects and pyrotechnics, any flames, any type of CO2 you see on the stage, any pyrotechnics, any of the ring, all the pyro, everything special effects. We go in there, set that up safely and run it, tear it down and do it again.
All the big booms. Every time it boomed when we were there and Ellis was with us, he said, "Thank you, Jared."
Shout out, Jared.
So is this something you like? Did you go to school to do this, or how did you get into doing this?
So I actually went to college for theater production. So I started off doing like carpentry. I started off in carpentry, moved over to all sorts of lighting, audio, worked on cruise ships where I touched pyro for like the first time. But I wasn't the pyrotech, but we were just helping. Worked at theme parks. And then that's where I worked at Disney World and got some pyro training there. And then this kind of just fell in my lap, friend of a friend.
Wow.
I didn't go to school necessarily for pyrotechnics, but theater production, same ball field kind of.
Sure.
Well,
so
behind that note, you are incredible at your job. Like, every time we crowned a new NXT Women's Champion, like Team Estrada, Becky Lynch, Roxy Perez. When they won that championship, you always do that Pyro when they won that title?
The women's tag titles?
He doesn't do a whole lot of NXT stuff, buddy.
NXT Women's Championship.
He told us he doesn't
Becky
do
Lynch, Team Estrada, Roxy Perez.
Well, I'm usually, that's a whole nother crew because we don't have much special effects on the NXT shows, except, so we just kind of really only do the Raws and SmackDowns and pay-per-views and some NXT pay-per-views. So we don't do the weekly NXT shows. That's one of my days I get to go home. Not like some of my coworkers though.
So tell me like whose entrance is the most dynamic for you guys?
Cody Rhodes.
I had a feeling that was the case.
Lots of booms, lots of fireworks.
He has a lot. He has 4 separate cues. So
and
2 of them are huge.
And I think when we came to see you, you showed us they're like almost the size of like a ski almost.
Those are our boards. Yeah, the Cody boards. It's like they look kind of like ski boards almost. I think in total he has like 112 pieces of product we shoot every time he comes out.
Wow.
Sometimes he comes out multiple times, and we're reloading that mid-show. But he definitely has, I think, the most. Him and Roman have the most. 2 top guys. Usually the biggest guys will have. I like some of the other stuff like the low fog, or like for Shinsuke we have what we call the laser swamp. It's our lasers with the fog, so it looks really cool when he comes out. It's another part that we do. We also do the lasers as well. So
when you say you reload them during the show, you can actually like that device that you use, you like, what does that mean? Like, how do you reload it?
So basically, reloading, the thing I sent you is our bomb tanks. That's when a firework goes off, it doesn't make that loud boom, obviously. So we have it programmed to when a piece of product goes off, one of our concussions, they're called, will go off. And what those are like essentially like mini grenades that I'm back there loading up. And so they time out. There's different ones that we use. But so basically those would shoot. I'd fly in the bomb tank because it flies up in the air. You don't want that level with people for safety and sound, of course. I'll fly it back in, and then I'll reload, say a second Cody entrance or a second Roman or a celebration. We get hit with those a lot because they don't tell us what's going on. They tell us mid-show, hey, do you got this? And they won't tell us what it's for. So we're just like, yep, we got it. We're yes men and women. So so sometimes it can get a little crazy where mid-show we're flying that thing down and we're reloading and then we get it back up for the next cue. That's always a fun one. Gets the heart going.
What's like a wild story like that happened backstage that was like unpredictable, or like a show that, you know, to kind of put you on the spot a little bit and make you think?
I don't know. I think every day in my line of work has the potential to get a little wacky. Just because for safety purposes, we got to be as safe as possible. And I mean, when I'm loading that thing, for instance, that bomb tank, if someone walked by with static electricity, it could go off.
Oh,
so
wow.
even like, so I can't have anyone around me. So every day is kind of like a little wacky. I'd say the shows that get the craziest are the ones where we find out we need a lot of pyro mid-show, not at the beginning. That's where we end up running around and getting it because, again, we're going to make it happen if they want it.
And how often does that happen?
Pretty often.
Yeah, I bet it does.
What about like a moment like CM Punk? Like how quickly did you guys have to get ready for that?
When he came out in
I
November?
I was
Yeah.
standing right there with y'all when that happened. I remember I was right there facing y'all. Had no idea that was happening.
So there was no pyro that went along with it. They just hit the music.
No, and even if there was, we wouldn't know until, I mean, with something like that, we just wouldn't know until like right before probably.
Like, how long would it take you to get set up for like if they just like surprised you with like a entrance like that? Like, how quickly could you guys make that happen?
Well, so because we're used to this, we over prepare. So if anyone is available for the day, we'll load them. We'll load their pyro up on the stage truss because we can't load that mid-show, obviously. We'll have we'll load an opening pyro. We'll have that ready just in case, because sometimes 5 minutes before the show starts, they decide they want it, or vice versa. Well, it'll be there in all the scripts, and then it'll just get struck. So you just always got to be on your toes. It's definitely live entertainment.
And how many people are on your team?
We have a team of 6
Total?
Huh?
At every show or total?
Total. It's 6 of us on the pyro team that rotate. Yeah, so we rotate one person out. So.
Wow.
And you're there every Monday Night Raw, every Friday Night SmackDown, and then every big premiere live event.
Yep.
So how often are you home?
I'm home right now in my empty apartment.
And where is home? Where is home, Jared?
Just moved to Durham, North Carolina.
Okay. And how often do you have family there or anything?
Yeah, my cousins and some family live here. So I just Florida was getting way too expensive. It was getting way too expensive. I get to the really cool thing with this tour that I really enjoy, minus the wrestling aspect, of course, is that we do get to come home every Tuesday and Wednesday. So like, I mean, if I was on a music tour with Kendrick Lamar with my company, I wouldn't be home for months, or I'd be on the road for months. And so this job's really cool because it's consistent work, 52 weeks a year, and you get to come home. And Saturdays also, you have the option to come home. So Saturdays, you can either fly home and then fly back out on Sunday, or just fly to the next city where Monday is. Sometimes I'll do that. Like my birthday's coming up on the 17th, next Saturday, I think, and I'm just going to head straight to Anaheim. I might go to Disneyland. I don't know.
Happy early birthday.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
So when you say like tour, does that mean that this is like kind of like a temporary thing, or do you get to do it as long as you want and you like have a contract or something? Like, what does that mean?
Well, so I'm technically a independent contractor. So, I mean, the people on our team are on our team. We're the WWE guys. Because my company, again, does special effects for a ton of artists. Currently, Madonna, all of the Kendrick Lamar, they're all over the place. The Killers. But when you're on a team, like for us, because it's so consistent, we try to keep the same people here if they want to be here. Now we've had people come and go, and we replace them. But basically, I mean, as long as I still got color in my hair and it's not all going white, I'm gonna try to stay on this tour as long as possible.
Because you're a lifelong wrestling fan, right?
Sure am.
So when did you get into wrestling?
When I was 4 years old.
Who got you into wrestling?
My granny. She was a big junkyard. She was a big Junkyard Dog fan, and we'd be stomping around. Yeah, we used to watch wrestling and Walker Texas Ranger.
My grandmother also loved wrestling. Back when it was like in the 50s and 60s, she used to watch it. But she didn't really give that to me. She didn't watch it by the time I was alive and could remember, but she was a huge fan back in the day too.
Yeah, my mom, it didn't resonate through my mom. It kind of skipped her, I think, but she liked it just because I was such a big fan of it. And I was an only child growing up. I didn't have my stepbrothers and stepsisters at that time just yet. So I mean, I was all in on that. I was getting in trouble at school for saying stuff like The Rock. I was.
Derek's had some experience getting in trouble for saying things that he learned from the wrestling ring too.
Yeah, and then they asked me where I learned that, and The Rock, duh. Yeah, and that's where my mom took away wrestling from me for like 2 months.
Oh, you and Derek relate in that way. That's happened to Derek before.
I think you and your mother and I are probably spirit animals. I've done the same thing.
Well, I heard your mom is a Bakers Bantering fan.
She is. She actually is the one that showed me the video from the shout out the other day. I was working and she sent it to me. I was like, oh,
that's so nice. What's your mom's name?
Sheila.
Hi, Sheila. We're glad you're here.
So, when did you find Baker Banter?
Well, I think I was scrolling across some of the videos just on Facebook and TikTok, I think, and I just started keeping up with you guys, and then you guys started going to doing more recordings, and just been keeping up probably, I don't know, over a year now. So
well, we appreciate it.
No, you guys are awesome.
Derek certainly loves your wrestling community.
Yeah, well, I know they love Derek.
Do you have the opportunity to meet the wrestlers? Do you get to know very many of them?
Kind of. It's just kind of more of a passing, and you let them approach you type situation. Everyone's just so nice. That's a question everyone always asks me, is like, who's the mean, who's a jerk? And I ran across not a single person that works talent or production. Everyone, it's like a really tight knit family. It's God. We're some of us are with each other more than we are with our actual families. So it's like it becomes a really tight knit family. When I lived in Orlando, I traveled with a lot of them, and that's, if you travel with a lot of people, they'll tend to say what's up to you. But yeah, I don't really engage. They don't really they don't really like people engaging with the talent unless they engage with you out of respect, because we're all there working. So I give them space. Everyone says hi. Get a dap from Us every now and then.
Did you hear that? He gets daps from Jay Uso.
That's cool.
So if you were coming to and from Orlando, were you traveling with our boy Dom?
Yeah, I travel with Dom a lot. When I did live in Orlando, we flew a lot, like on the same flights. Yeah.
He's our favorite.
Speaking of Dom, on SmackDown, he does have a qualified match coming up. Dominic Mysterio goes one-on-one with Kevin Owens. I got to know, Jared, what you got in that match, Dominic or Kevin?
Who do I got? I'm going to go with my boy, Dirty Dom.
Yeah.
Way to go, Jared.
We need him. We need him in that chamber.
It baffles me how aggressively he gets booed. Like, there are other heels, and yet he takes the cake as far as hate goes.
Oh, it's awesome. I love every time he comes out, just sitting in the back and just hear it. It's like, oh, he's about to talk. Oh, yeah. He's about to talk.
The crowd, he gets the crowd worked up.
I know, it's really awesome. I love the heat that he has. It's really good.
Yeah, I feel like wrestling is there's a lot of families. Like, your grandma got you into it, but even in the business itself, there's a lot of real life families that are wrestling dynasties, if you will.
Yeah, absolutely.
So if you walk us through what a typical day looks like to get, what time do you get to an arena? How long does setup take up? And what does that look like for your team?
All right. It's a long day.
There it is.
Usually if we'll be in at like, if the show's on Eastern time, so like 8 p.m. showtime, we're usually in at 7:45 a.m. And then loadout usually, if it's a Raw, we'll go until about 10 or 11. Then we usually don't get out until about 1:30 or 2 the next morning. My team, and then some people, some of the people like the rigging department and they're first in and last out. So I mean, they're in at like 4 a.m. They don't get out till like 4 a.m. the next day.
Wow.
Twice a week, every week.
Yep.
Plus all the travel. Whew.
Yeah, we definitely put our 40 hours in the 2 days. That's for sure.
No doubt.
Basically, I mean, for us, it really depends on what position I'm in for the day. Because we try to make everyone a little versatile. I tend to fill in for whoever's off that week. So I could be stage left, bomb tank, which I was for the St. Louis show. I could be stage right. It just really depends. And that kind of determines what you're doing for the day. Everybody has their own assignments in each position. But yeah, basically we load in from 8 o'clock a.m. till rehearsals, which start usually about like 2 hours before the show. So we're loading in probably from 8 a.m. to about 3 p.m., 4 p.m. And then we'll do rehearsals, and then they'll open doors. And that's when we should be set for show. Run the show, and then tear it all down in half the time.
How many, like when you say load in, is that like bringing the stuff in from the trucks and stuff like that?
Yep. So that's where we're dumping our trucks, and it's a big chaos circus. Everyone's running around, passing by. All the departments are all going.
Are there specific trucks that are for like the pyro team and then like the rigging team? Or so like how many trucks does like your team take up?
Pyro only has one truck. I think we have 22 in total for our tour.
Wow.
Yeah. So like most departments have one or two. Like the lighting guys, I think they have two. I'm not too familiar, but yeah, we have our truckers. Love our truckers. They're awesome.
So there's 22 trucks. What are some of the other like types of teams they are? Like you've told us like pyro, there's the rigging team, there's probably some sort of costume team. Like what are some of the other teams called?
As far as like production for who we work with on, we got our carpenters, we have our lighting, we have our video, we have our AR, augmented reality, we have audio, we have lighting, of course, which is huge. That takes up, I mean, that's so many departments with the overhead truss and all of that. Then you have your rigging with all that. You have, who am I forgetting? They're going to be mad at me.
We're not trying to make anybody mad here.
Are there multiple rings that go on the road? Or like maybe replacement parts of the ring?
Yeah, so I would assume it's probably that.
Yeah.
I'm usually on the other side of the stadium when they're building that thing, and they get it up pretty quick. Yeah. But I think they have like 2 sets because they usually have one if they need it to rehearse with, like in the back for like WrestleMania. I know they'll do that. They'll have one that they can rehearse in, and it's all blacked out curtains. So there has to be more than one that they travel with for sure, I would guess.
Yeah, they got to be ready for when Brock Lesnar takes a tractor to the ring and puts it up on its end, yeah. Right? So you got to have replacement parts, right?
Well, when we were there at Raw, I don't know what they were doing, but they like almost like replaced the floor right in front of us. Like, I don't know exactly what happened, but like something came off the floor of the ring and something else went on.
Yeah, and I think sometimes they change the sponsorship on the side.
Oh, they definitely changed the boards.
Yeah, different things like that.
The mats.
The mat
must be the
itself,
mats.
yeah.
So they have multiple mats they lay down and they'll replace.
Does it depend on like the type of match that's happening, or like what would make them change the match?
No. I think it's more like if there's like an interview or something, they have like the cart. I'm not too sure when they replace it. Probably if it gets dirty or like.
That makes sense. They did it. When I noticed them doing it was right after Gunther and his Imperium guys had come out and they had done like a talk and they had like the columns up. So they probably put some sort of like mat down to protect the ring. And then when I noticed them taking the floor off of the mat, it was right after Gunther and Jey Uso had gone back and forth doing their, drama.
I'm not too. That's actually a good question. I should ask them because I'm not too sure when or why they change. I mean, of course, if it's like there's a lot of color or something on it, they probably don't want that. But I think again, I think what they do is they just lay down a couple just in case they ever have to, because they can just you see how quick they do it.
Oh yeah, they're pros. So when you guys get the script for the night of to like prep your pyro, do you get that like the morning of? Do you get that like 2 hours before? Like when does that come to your team?
It depends. Yeah, it just depends. And really all it is just showing us who's available.
Okay.
Yeah, because again, we don't need to know any of the details. We just need to know who's there and who to have it ready for in case they want it.
So they don't even tell you like have it like when we were there at Monday Night Raw, it was like Seth Rollins came out first and then Cody came and then Drew McIntyre came. So they don't even tell you like 1, 2, 3 as much as it's just like these people.
That after kind of rehearsals, we'll know that because they'll time it all out there and everything. So we know, we have a better idea of that kind of right before the show. That way we know, where we need to be. Hey, you got a little break here. You can run to the restroom or something. Or no, we got to set Cody in like right now. So yeah, we find that out kind of just like a little bit before. And again, it's just the order of things. It's not the outcome of things.
Right, of course. So when my first wrestling event ever was Royal Rumble 2022. So you weren't quite on the team yet, but I think we told you about this one of the times that we've seen you in person, but the WrestleMania sign actually caught fire. And they like brought the whole thing down. They cleared the section on the floor that was directly in front of us, brought the entire, it was a massive sign too. Like it was easily a 2-story sign. And because when they brought it down, everybody in our section started chanting like move the sign because we couldn't see the ring because they had brought the WrestleMania sign down to put out the fire. And the only way we could see the show was from the Jumbotrons. Basically, I don't know what happened, but something was on fire inside of the sign. So they brought it down, they had put it out, and then they pulled it back up. They actually ended up still shooting fireworks out of it later that event.
They did, and I think it caught fire a second time, actually.
Oh, I do think it caught fire a second time.
And they brought it down the second time and put it out and didn't let the people get back in their chairs after that. They pulled it back up. The show was almost over at that point, but
yeah. But the funny thing too was that the match never ended. Like Becky Lynch was fighting, I think it was Dewdrop, and they were in there, they were doing their thing, and that never stopped. But the WrestleMania sign came up and down right in front of us. There was like people with fire extinguishers putting it out, like it was a whole thing. So I'm just wondering, like, how often does something like that happen? What do you speculate might have happened there?
No comment.
Comment.
Of course, those things are the possibilities. That is our job, is to prevent and prevent that stuff from going on. As far as that instance goes, I'm not too sure what happened off the top of my head. Although I will tell you, this is all I'll say, is Pyro tends to get blamed for everything, even when it's in our fault. So I'll just leave it at that. Even when it's not our fault, we tend to get blamed because something's on fire. It makes sense.
yeah.
Do you guys have to go through like a vigorous training to be able to be qualified for this job or anything like that? Or like, do you have to practice regularly?
Well, I practice twice a week.
I guess you practice every week. Yeah.
On the job.
Yeah. I actually, personally, it's more of a, I mean, a lot of people have been doing it for so long, and in our industry, it's kind of experience based. And so, I mean, I was completely green, what we call it, not knowing anything in the pyro world, for the Dallas Mania. I just got brought on for the team for the 2 weeks to help the install. And then I was able to join the weekly team after that and learn all the stuff I know now about it. Yeah, sorry, I just had a brain fart.
No, that's okay. So what I want to know is like the travel. How do you just like as a person, how do you deal with all the travel? Like that's got to be exhausting.
Yeah, it's a little tiring. I still haven't slept from yesterday, except for the little bit on the airplane.
Ooh.
Yeah. I didn't want to go to sleep today because I had to run around and do a bunch of errands. But yeah, so I mean, depending how you do it, how you book your travel, I like booking my travel on Tuesdays, getting here early, so it's like I get 2 days home, you know, as opposed to one. It's very tiring. That's just a simple way to put it. I'm in the air. I'm on 8 to 12 airplanes a week, 3 cities. So it's you sneak in. I learned how to shut down completely like a robot and fall asleep on a dime. That's you can just shut down and pass out in an airplane anytime.
That's his superpower.
Yeah, and a lot of people acquire it on this tour.
Yeah. Where's the coolest place you've ever got to go, Jared, with WWE?
Puerto Rico.
Top 3.
Puerto
Puerto
Rico.
Rico was awesome. That was we had a really nice hotel, like on the view, like on the water. It was beautiful. Canada, we just our Canada run we had at the end of last year. We were there. I was there for 2 weeks. Got to go to like Toronto, Quebec City. I'm trying to talk my boss into letting us go to the across the sea shows, but
Oh, so you don't do those?
so they send some of our team over there, but not all of us because the rest of us have to run the weekly shows.
Oh, that makes sense. Because I was going to say, I bet Derek every year talks about where do you want to go when WWE goes there? It's 2 words.
Las Vegas. No.
Overseas.
Yeah.
Saudi Arabia.
Yeah, that's the big one. Those 2 are the big ones. So yeah, I would go to that personally one time. I want to do one time over there. But so most of the people that worked out the weekly team, they have to do the SmackDown and then the Raw, and then they head straight into a charter to fly over there for the pay-per-view. That's intense. Those guys, those people are the real vets.
So how many? Go ahead, Derek.
I heard there's another premiere live event will happen at Saudi Arabia, and that is the WWE Experiment pay-per-view. Do you know exactly what date that is?
I'm not yet, but I could probably get back to you with that. I haven't heard about that off the top of my head.
Hey, when you know about SummerSlam, will you let me know the date? I've been trying to get SummerSlam on my calendar, and they never release it. And I'm like, I need to know. I just want it on the calendar. I won't tell anybody.
I still haven't booked my travel for March, so.
Yeah. So you can answer this too, but what's the best thing about life on the road? And then what's the hardest thing? I'm assuming the hardest thing's got to be how tired you are.
Hardest thing is kind of, it's hard to be away from home and your friends and family a lot. And then when you are home, you're kind of like a zombie for half the time. So that I think is kind of the hardest balance of it all. Being able to still come back from on the road every week and try to have a functioning like life at home. That's probably the hardest aspect, not having any pets. Best part, I mean, is the traveling in itself. It's like a double-sided sword. It's, I mean, all the people I get to meet just in any random city I'm in. I can go to a restaurant and just meet awesome people. And, you know, everyone I've learned tends to like what we do. They think it's cool. I call it stressful, nerve-wracking. But I would say, yeah, the traveling is the double-sided sword of my favorite and least favorite part of this gig.
So do you travel 52 weeks out of the year? Or I thought there was like, I thought I heard one time that WWE is contracted to have like 35 live shows a year, like live shows, like 35 SmackDowns and 35 Monday Night Raws. Was that false information? It's 52.
Oh, I don't know. I just went off of the 52 weeks in a year.
So do you get like Christmas, a week off at Christmas or anything like that? Or like any other times out of the year where you get to be home for like a somewhat extended period of time?
Well, so our team, again, we have the one person that rotates. So like every 6 weeks, we'll get like one of us will get a show off or something. Every couple of weeks, we'll get like one show off and we rotate that. Or it's every like 6 shows or something.
Okay.
We try to rotate like a show off. You get a show off and then you're on for 5 shows or 6 shows and then you get a show off. As far as WWE's schedule, they go every week. It doesn't matter who's filling. It doesn't matter if I'm there, if my coworkers, whoever's there. Someone's going to be there and someone's running that show.
Jared actually was just off recently. Tell Derek what you did while you were off.
He
went on a
Oh, yeah, the Chris Jericho cruise. How come you guys haven't been on this thing?
I don't know.
It's a rock and roll and wrestling cruise with all the superstars and rock stars walking around the ship.
Was Colt Cabana there?
There was.
I thought I saw
man.
that.
That would be super fun.
That'd be Derek's ideal cruise. Wrestlers and rock stars.
He'd love that.
It's my yearly trip now. 2 years running now. So I just, yeah.
Well,
So
that
is it every
super
January
cool.
or?
Yeah, it's like the end of January usually. Got to meet the Dudley Boys this past one.
Hold on, Dudley Boys. They are fun. They are
Talk into
fun
your
for
mic.
sure.
All right, Derek, this is going to be the last question, okay? Oh my God, his face.
He's like, what? I'm not done.
Hey, I went through my questions. We got to wrap up. We've already been going for 37 minutes, bro.
Well, I did let you go first.
Okay, how about 2 more?
I will make sure we will wrap it up.
Okay.
Jared, you did answer a lot from Jenna, from questions. Now it's my turn. Excuse these are gonna predictions for WWE. Jared,
He's going to tell you some of his predictions.
yeah, predictions. Jared, he did predicted about Bayley and damage control.
That's a different Jared. We have a friend, Jared, from Ohio.
Philadelphia.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
Yeah, Philadelphia Jared. Wrong.
Yeah, him.
Not Jacob from Ohio. Jared from Philadelphia.
He said things damage control and turning on Bayley. That prediction did happen. Are we gonna see Kairi Sane and Asuka turn on Io
And come back to
and
Bayley?
Go back to Bayley. Is that going to happen?
What's your prediction, Jared?
I don't know. I think they're going to be sticking together because it's looking like Bayley's got some backup. So it's looking like I would guess that they're going to stick together because they got a lot of trouble coming their way. I think.
I bet.
Bayley doesn't need him anyway.
That's what I'm saying. I think Bayley's better off. So.
Well, according to the Philadelphia, Jared, I think Asuka and Kairi will turn on Io and go back to Bayley.
Well, we'll see.
Is that a prediction or a spoiler?
Ooh.
That is a prediction from Mr. Philadelphia, Jared. So, also, I got to know if Rey Mysterio will join WWE and to turn on his father as well, like Dominic did at Cardiff. Do you think are we gonna see Rey Mysterio join with Austin Theory?
Oh man,
It's okay to say I have no idea.
I would not. I would say no, but man, would that be crazy? That would leave me jaw dropped probably.
You know, he's asked you this after also asking both Ray and Dom, and neither one of them had an answer for him. So I don't know why he thought you knew the answer.
Well, we did get your answer. That will be jaw dropping.
Yep,
I got-
jaw-dropping experience.
All right, one more.
For more, I have to wrap it as well. So I know I get done pretty soon. So also during one of my predictions, the downfall of Roman's title. Are we gonna see Paul Heyman turn on Roman and let Cody Rhodes win that title at WrestleMania this year? Or are we gonna see Paul Heyman become a new wise man of Cody Rhodes?
Oh, Cody Rhodes wouldn't deal with Paul Heyman. He's a cockroach. But yeah, I say Roman's going down.
I think we're gonna see a wise man crying.
Oh.
Cody Rhodes does not want Paul Heyman.
I'm hoping Cody takes it all and leaves him in the dust.
What about Paul Heyman?
He doesn't need Paul.
He doesn't need him.
Does Paul go turn on Roman and go to Cody Rhodes?
He might try.
Paul turns on Roman and goes back to Punk.
Ooh.
That could be the case. What about is not gonna be Punk?
Yay, that's Jared's opinion. He's allowed to have a different opinion than you.
He's speechless when somebody doesn't agree with him.
All right, I'm going to ask
I
the
am
last
not-
question.
I'm just speechless.
I'm going to ask the last question now. I want to know, from growing up a wrestling fan, who is somebody that you looked up to as a little kid that you have had a good experience with meeting that just absolutely was a full circle moment for you?
Somebody like that I've met with this job.
Either way, just what's a wrestler that you've looked up to that you now know?
Oh, I would. Well, it wasn't when I was working this gig, but I grew up a big fan of Jeff Hardy and RVD, and I've gone to a couple of Jeff Hardy's music shows that he does. He does meet and greets, and he'll play some music afterwards. That was a lot of fun. He's probably one of the top people that I've personally met, and that I looked up to growing up. I mean, I walk past. I mean, getting to walk past, H and all these other idols like John Cena and all that. That's just getting to be in the same building as them is 5-year-old me's dream. So I've just personally never gotten to meet them, but maybe one day.
You should have come to meet Cena with us. We were both there. We should have let you in.
That is true.
We had no idea.
Yeah, we should.
And he met Triple H.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
We can thank
also
Cody
true.
for that one.
Yeah, we definitely will thank Cody for sure. Let's just shut it now. We don't want to talk about this. Dominic Mysterio. We are fresh with Dom. You like Dom as well. Is Dominic is the weak link? Is Dominic is gonna be out no Judgment Day? I think he's evolved. No Judgment Day losing the tag titles at the Chamber, especially with Rhea losing the Women's World Championship at WrestleMania by Becky Lynch. Are we going to see Dominic Mysterio no longer in the Judgment Day to move on to the Bloodline? Roman Reigns.
Oh, that's a big prediction. I don't know if know if they'll go that route with that one. I think he's pretty happy in that. He seems pretty happy with them. They got their own clubhouse. What's that?
Are you sure about that?
Maybe not. You said you know him. I don't necessarily know him. I just know him through you guys.
Well,
so you got to tell me that answer.
I think Roman and Jimmy and Solo will help Dominic out for sure.
All right.
We'll see.
All right. Well, that's all we have time for. Thank you so much, Jared. We are so grateful for you joining us. Tell your mom we said hi.
I will. Thanks, y'all, for having me. It's always a pleasure talking with y'all.
Yes.
Thank
hopefully
you,
we'll
Jared.
see you at another
Ladies
event
and gentlemen,
soon.
give it up for Mr. Pyro Guy, Mr. Dominic Mysterio fan. Give it up for Mr. WWE Jared.
Woo!
Thanks, Derek.
Peace.
Peace.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Weekly Wrestling.
Wrap up.
I'm going to join you with ya.
Good
Nice.
job.
We killed that.
We did kill it.
That was good.
That was good. All right, let's get started. AEW Dynamite. You had a deja vu moment?
Yeah, Deja Vu.
Tell me.
Couple years past, we did have MJF and Adam Cole. Adam Cole says to MJF, 5 more minutes. And MJF left the ring. And now, back to this. Swerve Strickland was 5 more minutes. And guess what?
What?
Hangman Adam Page just get out of the ring. And that was Deja Vu right there.
Okay.
Like, go back to Adam Cole and MJF.
It happened the same way?
Same thing, yeah.
All right. Well, something new. Big news from Tony Khan this week.
Yes.
Tell me.
Big freaking news. So this coming up in AEW world, and that's Big Business is coming up.
Big business.
Coming up in March 14th, which is going to Boston, Massachusetts. And guess what?
What?
There's some talks about this rumor. Mercedes Moné will make her debut at AEW Big Business.
Wow. Isn't she from Boston?
I was going to say that. I feel like
She
she's
is
from
from
Boston.
Boston.
That'd be a great place to make her debut.
Of course,
I
she would
know.
make her debut in her hometown. I love that for her.
Congratulations.
I
We're
can't wait.
excited to see
I
her
just
back.
saw her at AEW All In, and now this happened. Whoa.
Whoa, that'd be super exciting. So tell me about Darby Allin and Sting.
Darby Allin and Sting are the new AEW World Tag Team Champions. They beat the former champions in Ricky Starks and Big Bill.
Well, were you excited about this? I would think you would want Ricky Starks to win.
Big Ricky Starks fan here.
Yeah,
I
Ricky
may be a
Starks.
Ricky Starks fan,
That's our dude.
but I am more bigger fan than Sting and Darby Allin.
Okay, if you say
So
so.
I am very happy for Sting and Darby Allin getting that win and become the new AEW World Tag Team Champions. That is awesome. That is sick. Sting is one of my favorites in wrestling the world. So
Sting is a legend.
we are ready for that retirement match pretty soon coming up in AEW Revolution coming up. So this is perfect timing.
Got it.
Make Sting and Darby tag team champions.
We love to see it. Tell me about Rampage. We have the Undisputed Kingdom. What happened?
They gotta win. They always can win. Come on.
Not nearly as happy about this win. Who'd they beat?
Orange Cassidy and their team.
Oh, so you were bummed?
Not happy for that.
Not happy for that.
We understand.
Yep. What about
Thank you.
somebody? I think you are happy about Chris Statlander and Willow.
I am really happy for Chris Statlander and Willow getting a win right over Saraya and Ruby Soho. During the match, Ruby left the ring.
Ooh.
Where'd she go?
She just get tired of that partner of hers.
Saraya's trying to get that tag from Ruby. She pulled her hand away. She dropped to the floor. She's not doing this crap.
She's done with her.
She's done with Saraya. What after that happened? Somebody wanted to do the step up and trying to get her in her way, and Ruby, pop!
Wow.
Big punch, and then walk away.
Wow.
I think Cool Hand Dan is coming into her.
Ange. Cool Hand Ange.
Ange, we've been corrected. Just because you want it to be Dan
It's
doesn't mean it's
Cool
right.
Hand Dan.
Okay.
All right. In our world, it's Dan, people. Okay? We tried.
Cool Hand Dan coming and says this to Ruby. Tell her this is big time garbage. She read the note from him, and now she left.
Okay.
Wow.
She left. She didn't want to deal with Saraya or that crony.
All right. So then, because she left, Chris Statlander and Willow won.
Because of that, yes, Chris Allen and Willow did get a win.
So do you think that's going to break up their little tag team with Saraya and Ruby Soho? Is it over?
Oh, it's going to be over.
All righty then.
Go ahead, Dan got this in the bag. I just know it.
AEW Collision. Let's talk about Brian Cage.
He got a big win.
Big win. Tell me.
It was 2-on-1 handicap, and Brian Cage got the win. That was a credible match. Way to go, Brian Cage.
And what about Brody King?
He got the win as well. That's awesome. Congrats for Mr. Brody King.
Who'd he beat?
I don't remember. So what about Deonna Purrazzo?
She got a win. One badass chick.
One badass chick.
Who'd she beat?
Queen Amamont.
Queen
Oh.
always loses.
Yeah, what the
Yeah,
heck?
she always loses. Like what the hell is happening?
Bummer for
Oh.
her. So there's a new AEW wrestler.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm assuming you want me to try to say this.
Yes.
All right, let me see what I can do. Katsuri Shibata?
Yep.
How'd I do?
Good.
All right, cool. So, new as of January, I believe, yeah?
Yes.
And you're excited about this?
And I am very excited for Shibata is AEW now. All the lady superstar. That is super awesome for him. I can't wait to see that happening. I am pretty stoked about that.
Okay, cool.
My favorite AEW is right there on your shirt.
Oh, you mean Colt?
Hey, Colt Cabana.
Definitely Colt.
Yeah, we do
He's the man.
love Colt.
So you found a new wrestling company. It's not there. The company itself is not new. It is new to you. Tell me about
Yep. It's called WOW Women's of Wrestling.
Women of Wrestling.
That is incredible. Got all women involved.
All women,
it.
including
Where did you watch it?
It's on Hulu.
Oh, it's on Hulu.
It's on Hulu.
Are the refs women as well?
Well, there's women's wrestlers and there's women's referees. This company is way more different, like Impact Wrestling or TNA or WWE or AEW. But this WOW Women's of Wrestling. This will be one interesting show. I never watched it.
Are you going to start?
And it looks like I have to get started to watch it.
Okay, cool. Well, you keep
Pretty
us
soon.
posted then. Keep us posted.
I will keep you posted for that.
All right, tell me about NXT. We got Mr. Stone and Von Wagner,
A tag team.
a new tag team.
There will be a tag team.
Is this a prediction or is this a fact?
I think that's golden.
Okay.
And yes, it's going to happen. Mr. Stone and Von Wagner become a tag team. I think that's freaking cool.
I love that.
Good luck forming a tag team.
So tell me about Brooks James.
Brooke James. What I'm gonna say for him?
We have no idea.
You said something here about he needs to wake up and do it on his own.
Exactly. He need to wake up. He need to wake up, do it on his own.
Is he sleeping?
I just overheard Josh, his tactic partner, thinks Brooks cannot do this. Cannot do this by yourself.
And you think he can?
Josh, Fallon are moving on, but Brooks is not going to move on. Not just stupid, mature.
Absurd.
Don't know why he's thinking that. Josh is doing great. Valley is doing great. Brooke James needs to wake up and do it on his own.
You got this, buddy.
Okay. You
Tell
can
him.
do
You're
it.
on your own, man.
You can do it.
Josh is doing great. Valley is doing great. You need to step up.
Okay.
You heard it here first. So, big good news out of SmackDown this week.
Yep.
Thank goodness. Your prediction came true. Dakota Kai is back. And what did she do?
Cody Kai, Miss Cody Kai, saved Bayley from EO Oscar Carry.
Thank you, Dakota.
Ooh, Dakota girl. Thank
Shout
you.
out Dakota.
Dakota Kai. I am glad you're coming to this right now. I am glad come to the aid of Bayley. She needs you so
Come
bad.
to the aid of Bayley.
And first thing I thought they're gonna turn on her. I mean that's stupid. But we all know the target is. It was EO. You decided to not turn on Bayley. I thank you for that.
So does the whole family.
Yeah, seriously, Dakota, we're very thankful for you. You made our lives a lot easier and less painful.
I thank you for that. I appreciate that. I am glad you're sticking your loyalty with Bayley. I am very happy for you. What you did on SmackDown was perfect. She needs you, man. She needs you.
Okay.
Alrighty then. So tell me about Randy Orton. Who'd he beat?
Randy Orton beat Sami Zayn.
It's tough when two people you like fight each other, right?
I know, right? I feel like I could be happy either way for those two.
Yeah.
Was it a good win? Did Sammy put up a good fight?
Sami did put a good fight, but you know Randy Orton, he's pretty good too.
He's pretty large too.
He's a big man.
Are Sammy and Kevin beefing right now? Or did I make that up?
I just don't think they're tag partners right now.
I think Sami and Kevin were they team up last year. This year, it was Sami saying, listen to this. Sami, we all know who caused you number 20 not be in the bloodline because of Kevin Owens.
But did he really want to be in the bloodline? Like, why would you want to be in the bloodline if you're not a part of the bloodline?
Besides the fact that the bloodline is crumbling.
Yeah, no doubt.
Reason
The downfall of the bloodline started with Sami Zayn.
when you out of the bloodline was totally fine with me, but I could not blame you for that. Saying to you, you're not real blood, you're not calling their family, you're not real blood. That's crossing the line. I'm beefing with Kevin. You should do that.
Okay, Derek's beefing with Kevin. You should too.
So tell me about Monday Night Raw. Was this the first time that the New Day and Jey Uso fought together?
They did.
What a group.
Oh, that's a fun group.
Who'd they beat?
They beat Imperium.
Yes.
Hell yeah.
Bittersweet.
Day.
What a trio.
That's exciting.
Talk about some fun entrances back to back to back.
Love that.
I was clapping with the New Day. I was yeeting with Jay. And next week on Raw, we're going to have main event Jey Uso goes one-on-one with the ring general Cutter for the Intercontinental Championship. I get my gift shirt ready. I'm going to wear that shirt and make sure my boy, Jey Uso, becomes the new Intercontinental Champion.
Heck yes.
Go, Jay.
Go, Jay, go. So Cody Rhodes had backup on Monday Night Raw? Tell me.
Seth freaking Rollins.
Oh,
Really?
back up against who?
over the bloodline.
Oh, so he was beefing with the bloodline and Seth came to have his back.
Seth was talking to Cody what he's gonna do, and last year Seth Rollins did roll up the whole bloodline with Jimmy and Jay the Usos, so Sikoa, and now we're gonna deal with The Rock. When that happened, Seth Rollins got Cody Rhodes back, and that's very good.
Yeah.
I am very happy for that. We got Seth Rollins in the mix. Hopefully we get Sami Zayn to help out. And main event Jey Uso.
Ooh, that'd be cool. That'd be quite the...
And how cool Seth Rollins, Sami Zayn, Jey Uso take care of Jimmy Uso, Solo Sikoa, and The Rock.
What about
Roman?
Well, Cody's going to take care of Roman.
Cody's going to take care of Roman.
I heard if
see.
The Rock comes back, it's like going to be a heel.
Wow.
Like he's going to be a
That'd be nuts.
bad guy, and he's embracing the bad guy era.
Was Stone Cold a heel, or were they both heroes?
I don't know what to deal with The Rock right now.
Was Stone Cold a good guy or a bad guy?
I would say both.
I was there. I feel
Yeah.
like he's probably been both.
Got it.
I think Stone Cold Steve Austin was good before, wasn't here before, but to me, Stone Cold Steve Austin is one of my favorites.
Yeah, just
Okay.
a rock star.
Hell
cool.
yeah. Shout out bald guys.
So our girl was back fighting.
Liv Morgan,
Who'd she beat?
Zoe Stark,
Liv Morgan is back.
Go, Liv, go.
Liv Morgan joins Becky Lynch and Bianca Belair in the Elimination Chamber in
Ooh.
2 more weeks.
Wow.
Yes, I'm so happy Liv is back on our screens. I love it. I love it.
Yep. And I'm ready for this. I got Becky Lynch to win Elimination Chamber,
Mm-hmm.
and I got Dom as well.
Wow. Love it.
That would be amazing. So what happened with JD McDonough?
He got to win.
Who did he beat?
R-Truth.
Wow.
I like R-Truth, though. He's fun.
Can you stop defending him?
I'm not defending him. I'm just saying I think he's fun.
You were.
All
hey,
right.
hey, don't get too heated.
Simmer down
Don't
over
be yelling
there.
at your mom, okay?
Calm down, Francis.
Mom's
What-
allowed
what's
to have her
next?
own opinion, bro.
Yeah, her opinion it doesn't affect me. So
That's right.
Well,
My
then
opinion
let it
doesn't
roll
affect
off your
you,
shoulder,
so,
bro.
Yeah. So take a chill pill over there.
R-Truth is a little bug, never goes away.
Oh my God.
All
if
right.
you're not watching on YouTube to see the hand motion and the facial expression that just went with that, you're really missing out because that was hilarious, bro. You're something else, man. But JD McDonough got the win over R-Truth, so that's it. That's a good thing.
Yeah. And guess what? JD McDonough, he's in the Judgment Day, not R-Truth.
All right.
Alrighty. All right, we got a couple of WWE predictions we got to roll through, and then we got to wrap this bad boy up. So
That's right.
you've got a prediction for Seth Rollins. Tell me. Seth Rollins versus
Yes.
who?
We got Seth Rollins goes 1-1 with Dominic Mysterio for the World Heavyweight Championship at WrestleMania.
That'd be
Go,
sick.
Dom.
Go,
I'm
Dom,
looking
go.
for this day.
That'd be amazing.
That'd be so freaking cool. I wonder what the youngest person ever to get an opportunity at one of the big belts is at WrestleMania.
No
Like
idea. Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if Dom got an opportunity in the next 2 or 3 years. I wouldn't be just surprised if he's like one of the youngest to ever get that chance because he's a badass. So you've also got another WrestleMania prediction for Jay and Sammy.
Yes. It will be my boy Jey Uso teaming up with Sami Zayn taking on Jimmy Uso and Solo Sikoa at WrestleMania.
Ooh.
That'd be interesting.
That'd be a match.
Great match.
And one more Austin Theory.
Versus The Rock.
Really? Would that be amazing for him or what? Last year he went up against
John
Cena.
Cena.
I mean, I'm sure that Austin Theory. Like he had to be a fan growing up, and to wrestle John Cena and then next year The Rock. That would be amazing for him.
That'd be super.
I got
cool.
Austin Theory to win.
Of course you do.
Of course you do.
Because The Rock does sucks.
Oh boy! All right,
The Rock's not cooking.
I'll say my mom disagrees with you on that one, Derek.
Well,
So there's a lot of other women in this world.
All right, well, that is all we have time for today. Thank you so much to our friend WWE Jared. Shout out to WWE Jared's mom. I heard she's a big listener.
I love that. Thank you.
That's cool.
We are Baker
Shout out to
Banter.
you.
Find us on Cameo. We still have merch. We hope to have some new merch out here in a couple weeks for you guys.
Yeah, and I
So-
understand that you're supposed to say like and share this podcast so we can keep doing what we're doing.
Yeah, like and share this podcast. Tell your friends, especially you wrestling folks out there. I know you have more friends who like wrestling, and if you're still here, you obviously think we're pretty entertaining. So tell your friends. We have a
your
good
friends.
time. We love talking wrestling with you guys, and we love doing what we get to do. So please like and share our podcast, and find us on Cameo, and follow Derek on Snapchat at Baker Banter, and we will talk to you next week. Peace.
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 Hey.